Grading a ProRes iPhone footage. I mean, come on, you can even shoot YouTube videos with your iPhone now. So hi guys, if you guys are new here, I'm Fenzir. I do travel tech and filmmaking on this channel. So if you're into that sort of stuff, please consider hitting the subscribe button. So I've recently made the new iPhone 16 Pro a day in the life video. If you guys have not seen it, I'll leave it right here. It was very well received and thank you all for that. So in this video, I'll be showing you how you can color grade your ProRes log footage of your iPhone to give it that really cinematic look. So I'll be showing you on DaVinci Resolve, but the principle will be the same on all editing platforms. So let's dive into DaVinci Resolve to show you how it's done. Okay, so this is the footage that I'm going to be color grading. I've shot this with the iPhone 16 Pro ProRes log at 4K 24 FPS. So the very first thing that I want to be checking is my project settings. For that, I just have to click right here and come to color management, and this is my setting right here. Color science is DaVinci YRGB, and in the timeline color space Rec 709 and output color space Rec 709. And if you have a Mac, you change this value to Rec 709A for both, but if you have Windows, just change it to Gamma 2.4 on both of them. But since I have a Mac, I'll be changing it to Rec 709A. Just to be noted that for my normal camera also I use the same project settings, so for me nothing to change right here. So once I have this, I come to the color tab. I'll be creating a couple of nodes. I click Option and S to create nodes. So I'll create 4 nodes on the top and 4 nodes below, and it's pretty easy workflow. I will show you one by one. So the very first node that I'll be adjusting will be on the 4th node, where I will be changing the log footage to a standard picture profile that is Rec 709. So I will just rename this to color space transform, and it's easy. Just come to effects. It's available on the free version also. You just drag it right here. And for iPhone log, the input color space is Rec 2020 and input gamma is Apple log. See, now itself you can see the picture has come to life. And output color space, we have to set it to the standard Rec 709, and output gamma, if you have Windows, change it to Gamma 2.4. If you have a Mac, Rec 709A. So that is done. If you want, you can leave as it is because it's already looking nice, but I like to play a little. Now the very first node, I usually use it for white balance. Now here already the white balance looks okay, but if you feel it's a bit off, you can click something that is white. You can click this tool, select something that is white, and it will do the adjustment automatically. And in the next node, I will adjust the exposure. So for that, I open this graph in the parade mode. So it's very simple. All you have to check is that the graph doesn't go below 0, and also it doesn't go above 1023. So you can play with the gain or the lift or the gamma, the color wheels, but I usually like to play using the curves. So I can just bring it a bit down like this. See, if I bring it all the way down, you can see the graph becomes messy, so you don't want that. And just make sure that the value doesn't go below 0. So I'll just bring it a little bit up, get the exposure somewhere in the middle. Okay, I think I'm happy with that. And then in the next node, I create an S curve. This is something of my choice. You can leave it if you want. So here what I do is I click these 3 dots here and just click editable splines, and I create a nice S curve like this. While doing this, just have an eye on the graph because you don't want to ruin this. So it just sorts of create a good contrast by adding in this curve. So once I have that, You can leave it as it is. It already looks nice. But if you want to really make it more cinematic, you can apply LUT here. The cinematic LUTs here. I have my very own LUT right here. I just double click and it will get selected on that node. So if you want this same LUT, I will leave it in the description. It's a simple LUT. It's a teal and orange LUT. Now what I do is I can see that the greens look a bit off. So I just press Option plus P on this. It creates a parallel node, parallel to this particular node. And here what I do is I come to the curves and select to hue versus sat. And then what I do, I select the yellow and just boost it a little bit to make that greens pop. Don't go all the way, it looks fake. So, just be subtle with it. I think I'm somewhat happy right here. And I'm gonna name this maybe greens. So we have pretty much completed here. You can leave it here, but here what I do is I just let me name this to contrast, and I come here to the contrast and I put a value 1.2. So it makes it look really contrasty and it looks like very cinematic. Then in the next node, I will come back to it in the end. But here what I do is I apply sharpening. One second. Yeah. In the sharpening node, I come to this tool right here. This is the sharpen. Select the middle one and just slide it a little bit like to 0.47 or 0.48. Don't go all the way up because it looks very sharp. You don't want that much. 0.47 to 0.8 is the range. Okay, so I've added the sharpening, and in this particular node, what I do is I add in the Dehancer film tool. So if you want to get this tool, you can check in the description, and if you use my code FENZ, you get 10% off. It's a really amazing tool. It's one of my favorite tools. So for that, I just come to effects and just drag this here. Now you can see the video looks very bad right now because a lot of settings is default enabled. So let me just disable everything and we can just select whatever we want. I don't play with all of these. The only thing that I do is I come to halation and I put it custom. Let me just enable it, and you can play with this. Usually I don't play much. What I do is I decrease the halation a little bit. The source limiter is like limiting it, so I don't want it to be too much. That's the only thing that I play with halation. And then there is something called bloom. Also I change it to custom, enable it. It's too much. If you feel it's too much, play with the source limiter, and maybe I increase the diffusion a bit and a little bit with the amplify. Okay, I think I'm happy with that. And finally, where is the grain? The grain, yes, here. Change it to custom, enabled. You don't want to make it all the way up, just a bit. Grains make everything looks super cinematic, so this is like the key thing in this tool. And I like to decrease the grains in the shadows and in the highlights, and leave a bit in the midtones. So there you have it. So the only thing that you need to note is the LUT. You can use any LUT here of your choice. I've used my own LUT. If you like this, you can get it from the link below. And also Dehancer is a paid tool, but you don't need to use it, it's just to make it extra spicy. I just added. You can see the before after once I enable and disable the Dehancer tool. So again, there is a discount if you use my code. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So I hope you guys learned something from this video. If you want to try out the Dehancer Pro, I will leave everything in the description, and use the code FENZ to get the 10% off on your purchase. So that's pretty much it for this video. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.